On this edition of River Tales, we'll introduce you to the directors of the Cape Girardeau Arts Council, take a tumble with some wrestlers, visit with a Southeast Missouri State soccer standout, and hear about running for a cause. Stay tuned to River Tales.
Whether it's for business or just a getaway, Cape Air is your wings in the Midwest. Cape Air serves 6 destinations, including Kirksville, Quincy, Fort Leonard Wood, Cape Girardeau, Marion, and Owensboro. Fly from Cape Girardeau to St. Louis with fares starting at just $49 each way. With easy connections through Lambert St. Louis International Airport, Cape Air connects you to the Midwest and the world. Book today at capeair.com or call 800-CAPE-AIR and enjoy the ride.
My name is Muriel Gaither, and I'm the Executive Director of the Arts Council of Southeast Missouri. The Arts Council of Southeast Missouri was founded in 1961. We were started by Otto F. Dingledine, who is an internationally renowned metalsmith and silversmith from the area. He and a group of about 6 other artists and artisans from the region came together to form the Christian Arts Council. And over the period of the next 10 years, the name changed a little bit. The organization morphed and it finally became the Southeast Missouri Council on the Arts, Incorporated, as a nonprofit in 1971. We serve this entire region through a variety of programs. A lot of what we offer is free to the public. We do not charge admission. And one of the ways that we're able to do this is through receiving grant funding from the state, local, state, and federal levels, as well as various fundraisers that we host throughout the year in a simplified version. We have around 350 people from the Southeast Missouri region who are members of the Arts Council. This list includes local dignitaries, city council members, as well as business sponsorships, corporate members, as well as artists and students. So it's a really great mix. And we would love, our membership start at $25, so we would love for anybody to become a member of the Arts Council.
My name is Liz Montgomery, and I'm the gallery manager of the Arts Council. One of the things I'm responsible for managing here at the Arts Council within our galleries is our actual galleries. Those galleries are divided up into 3 spaces. One of those is our Jean A. Chapman Gallery, and that is occupied by a visual arts cooperative. So they actually organize and display their own exhibitions every month, and that is about 50 local and regional artists. So we have some from St. Genevieve, Sykeston, a lot from Cape Girardeau, and some of the more rural areas like Marble Hill and Oran, Missouri. So that's a really exciting place to see consistently new artwork. If an artist is looking to get more involved in our galleries here or elsewhere, they can go to our website. We send out a weekly email newsletter that goes over our artist opportunities, so not just our own, but any that I can find really in the 5-state region, as well as any arts events coming up for the next week. Here at the Arts Council itself, our juried shows are a great way for visual artists to begin the process of showing their artwork. They get to submit their artwork and kind of get some feedback from other artists by way of jurying, and then they also get to learn how to present their artwork. They get to see it on display, and it's a great resume builder.
The Arts Council actually hosts over 100 programs each year, and many of these programs, like I stated before, are free to the public and very accessible. We try to make them accessible to just the general population. We really try to be strategic about where we do arts exhibits and arts displays and how we engage the community in kind of new and exciting ways. One of the ways that we've done this recently is through the outdoor sculpture exhibit. I'm not sure if you've been down Broadway anytime in the last couple of years, but if you have, you may have seen one of 7 outdoor pieces of public art that have been placed along Broadway from Pacific to Main Street here at the heart of downtown. This sculpture exhibit has actually garnered national attention. We have artists who are involved from Texas, Wisconsin, and the Heartland predominantly. So it's been pretty cool how far Cape Girardeau has come in the last several years just in embracing public art and embracing sculpture on Broadway.
We've been a couple for a few years. We've been a team now.
Everyone knows about such big wrestlers like The Rock, Triple H, and The Undertaker, but not many people know about how these wrestlers get their start, and they have to work for some of the local promotions before they can make it big. I had the pleasure of talking to one of the hottest tag teams in the St. Louis area, High Level Enterprise, who are part of the local wrestling promotion Dynamo Pro. I sat with them and asked them how they got into wrestling, getting the opportunity to wrestle in Japan, and what some of their goals are. This is their story.
What made me want to get into pro wrestling is very easy. It was Shawn Michaels. He was so flamboyant and so over the top with everything he did. It's like I wanted to be that guy. And he just hooked me in, man. That was it.
It was one of those things that I just saw for the first time in late '96, and I don't know, I was kind of just captivated by it and knew that this is like being a professional wrestler is what I wanted to do.
The biggest accomplishment in my career so far would have to be going over to Tokyo, Japan to wrestle Pro Wrestling Noah. I went over there for 3 months as a dojo stay, and I got to wrestle a lot of their top guys of Sugiura and Marufuji. I even wrestled the GHC heavyweight champion Suzuki Gun. So that definitely so far has been the biggest accomplishment that I can hang my hat on.
The single biggest accomplishment in my career is definitely the 2 tours I've got to do with Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. I did the first tour by myself, and that was just training. That's all I did while I was there. And then this last year, I was fortunate enough to get to go again with Gamble, and we were there for 3 months, and we were actually wrestling along with the training.
Favorite opponents, for a long time it was always Brian Breaker, because me and him could have a great singles match. Then when I got more into tag matches, in the States it would have to be the Black Hand Warriors, Dave DeLorean and Michael Magnuson, because we just have this chemistry that clicks. Elvis Eliaga is always a good one, like we get in the ring and just magic happens. Overseas I really had the pleasure of wrestling Kamano, Kitamiya, and Katoge. Like, those were like their young boys-ish, but they were moving up in the ranks, and now they're like GHC junior tag champions.
In singles so far in my career, I would have to say the ones that stick out the most is I debuted for World League against WWE's Simon Gotch, so that one sticks out a lot to me. Also, Atsushi Katoge from Pro Wrestling Noah tagged with High Level. I would have to say it would be Team IOU or definitely the Black Hand Warriors. But
what do we think of High Level? I hate him. I hate him too, yeah.
High Level Enterprise started because little do people know that myself and Jack Gamble have known each other since we were 5 years old. We started training in the same year, And what had initially happened was he was in a team with Jeff Strong, and he ended up having to leave wrestling for a while.
I had to say that my tag team partner, Jeff Strong, is injured. And I'm like, who better to replace Strong? Who could I do? So I thought the one person that's had my back the last 16 years, one of my best friends in the entire world, John Webb. So on September 22nd, it's going to be
John Webb and I have been friends since kindergarten, and we grew up together in the same town and everything. I was originally tagging with Jeff Strong, and we were known as Strong and Reckless. Well, Jeff Strong had some injuries and some other, demons that he had to deal with. So I was high and dry of needing a tag team partner. So of course I looked to my best friend, John Webb, and High Level Enterprise was born. It's hard to describe. It's one of those. I'm a very big attention whore. I don't know if I can say that. Hopefully that's okay. And when all the eyes are on me and my team, like it's magical, man. Everybody is either here seeing me or seeing the other wrestlers, but it's my time. When that music hits and I come through that curtain, the focus is on me.
The biggest accomplishment, I think, would have to be winning the Dynamo Pro tag belts after a almost, I believe, 2-year-long chase. We finally got them.
For High Level Enterprise, that's easy. I mean, after we beat all the teams they throw at us, Dynamo Pro, we'll still be tag champions. And then our goal really is to go over to Japan again to wrestle for Pro Wrestling Noah, hopefully get into the GHC Junior Tag Global League that they do every year. That's one of our big goals.
Yeah.
The original question is, what did we learn in Japan and the differences of wrestling styles from America? The biggest thing over there, it is more competition. It is more sport. They are in the sports section of the newspaper. They are on TV. And over there, you're looked at a lot different being a professional wrestler. Like, you can't just sign up and now I'm a wrestler. Like, you have to spend so much time in each dojo training, and they don't have other jobs. Wrestling is their job.
Yeah, the young boy that was there when we got there had already been there for 8 months, and that is countless bumps, doing all the cooking for everyone else while he stands there and just watches. I mean, it's a totally different culture, and just wrestling as a whole is so much different. That's why it bothered me before, but when guys in America want to become wrestlers and they get upset because they've trained for a month and they're not on shows, like, it bugged me previously, but now it really bugs me because these guys go through so much stuff for so long before they get to debut, and then once they debut, like, it's not the same as here where it's like, yeah, I've debuted, I'm a wrestler, look at me. It's the complete opposite. So
You have to earn respect now. Like,
yeah.
You thought you earned it all the way up till you debuted. Now you debut. Now you're on the bottom of the totem pole. You have to earn everybody's respect, from the top guy to the guy that's just barely above you.
Right. So I think that would probably be the biggest thing.
My name is Luke Roberts, and I'm the Media Relations Director with Dynamo Pro Wrestling. High Level Enterprise, without question, has become one of the best tag teams, not just in Dynamo Pro. They've become one of the best teams in the entire sport of professional wrestling. They will go as far as they want to go. They've been throughout the Midwestern United States. They've been to Japan. They've wrestled the best wrestlers around the planet. And High Level Enterprise in 2015 and beyond will go as far as they want to go.
We've been a team now for 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than 3 years. And in that time, we have become the best.
Pretty much.
So what is next for High Level Enterprise? Well, it's tough to say, but with the charisma and showmanship that High Level Enterprise has, it's hard to imagine that they could go anywhere but up.
My mom's friends, one of her daughters was in what we called the rec soccer league back home. And she told my mom, she's like, Mary, you have to sign Tosh up for this. And I just fell in love instantly with the game. An average day is pretty busy for me. I'm in the nursing program, so I study a lot, and then we usually have about 2 to 3 practices a day. So if I'm not studying, I'm out on the field, or I'm in the coach's office talking with them. And then at the end of the day, I have to call my parents.
Well, I think it started out pretty far back. She was about 5 years old. And for Tasha, I mean, she's always been a perfectionist. And our pediatrician said she needed to get into a team sport.
A sport where she can't go back and fix her mistakes.
Fix her mistakes. So I always wanted her to get into racing, but mother says no. So that's it. It pretty much started back when she was about 5 years old, playing rec soccer.
I love the team effort. I love being a part of a team and not just being an individual. I like relying on my teammates and having my teammates rely on me. I think winning as a group, to me, is more exciting than winning a race, personally.
Tosh on the field is an extremely competitive player. She's the type of player that sees nothing but the ball, would be the best way to describe her. So she's fearless. She's one of our fittest players, if not the fittest player on the team. And she does everything that she can to try and get a positive outcome for our program.
Yeah, she's kind of like a second mom to me. She'll tell me what I need to work on outside of the field and on the field. And then if I ever need anything, she's always there. I mean, there were times where I've been so frustrated that I went into her office and started bawling my eyes out, and she was there to comfort me. If I have anything going on at home or outside of my house, she's always there, and she treats me like I'm a daughter to her, like she does with every other person on our team. I mean, every single athlete on the SEMO soccer team is a daughter to her. She loves this team like she loves her family, which is really amazing out of a Division I college coach. I got involved with coaching the little girls team because, well, back home, before I came here, I coached a little boys team. They were U9 when I first got them, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, the boys were hilarious, and they brought a smile to my face every time I went out there and coached with them. And we held a few clinics, and Paul noticed that I was pretty good with kids. And he just asked me if I wanted to start working with the SMSC club teams, and I said sure. So he had me come out to a few practices, and then I just kind of got my team, and we've just been going ever since.
Tosh is very caring and very motivational to the young kids, and they really aspire to be just like her when they grow up.
I would say experience, one hand, you know, 'cause she's actually done it for so long, so it comes natural rather than trying to show them why they need to do it. She can actually show them the reason and not just say if you can imagine.
She's got the skills that these girls need. She has a lot of experience, and the best thing is, with younger girls, listening to two older dads is a little harder sometimes, but listening to a girl that they respect and look up to, they follow her a lot and follow her well.
I like the way how she teaches us, like when we make a mistake, right away she tells us how to fix what we did. I like her, and I think she's really good at being a coach.
Tosh is awesome with kids. She always has been great with kids, and she knows the sport. She has just that intuitiveness, not only with the sport, but just how to relate and to teach that to children. So I think she'll be, she'll do great at it.
Yeah, and just to take off what Mary said, she has the ability to, the patience and the ability to show what the player is doing wrong, and she can show them in slow motion, or she can actually get out there with them and teach them and show them what they're doing wrong. She is great with kids. A lot of kids they migrate to her. People migrate to her because she's very easy to get along with. She's very pleasant, and she's got a very warm personality.
I plan to graduate from the nursing program here at SEMO, and then I would like to go overseas possibly, or stay here in the country and play in a professional league. And then eventually, start a family.
When I was a little kid, I wasn't much of an athlete. I was usually just a little skinny guy. And all throughout high school, I got way better at my sports. I ran cross country, wrestled, and did track and field, and I got good at all three. Like freshman year, I didn't win many awards. Sophomore year, I started winning awards. Junior and senior year, I started taking awards over. I started winning first place medals, second place medals, stuff I thought I'd never win. In high school, the competition was there, but it wasn't really there. It was more fun than competition. It was more character building than let's win all these medals and awards. And I figured that out when I got to college for competition and start running all the hard races, or the harder races, which required 3 practices a day and all that. And I started dropping off from the team because I didn't like it that much, but people started coming up to me and saying, hey, on your Facebook page, it motivated me to do this, or your post about this, or your picture about this. And they was explaining specific events, like they really followed what I was doing, saying, hey, this race you did for so-and-so really motivated me to lose this much weight because you showed me that it could be done. And I was like, oh, maybe I could take this to a different area. And then after that, I really picked up charity running. So I dropped the track and field team, and I actually started running charity 5Ks and charity marathons, such as the Go St. Louis. But I never had a real big influence on my running until I met a guy named Shilly. Matt Shilly, I have to be exact. I met him my second semester of freshman year, and he touched me emotionally wise, motivational wise. He's just was a real big guy, just like a teddy bear that you just had to love. And he just made the whole environment a better place. A couple years down the road, we was informed that Shilly had cancer and he had to start going through chemotherapy and had to have all the treatments. So my fraternity and us, we went through raising money, getting donations, helping him out with his payments. And this one big event we had was called Shaving for Shilly. And of course, I got long hair and I didn't want to shave my dreads because they mean more than just being a hairstyle to me. They're way more than just a hairstyle, and it's a symbol more than anything to me. So I didn't want to shave my hair off. So I told everyone, I'll match however much we raise in money, and I'll match it in miles. So we ended up raising $2,000, so I've ended up having to run 2,000 miles. That's my goal. So after that, that's been my real big passion for running for Shilly, because that is someone I care deeply about, and he does need our support because he supported me over the years. He supported everyone over the years.
I was diagnosed 9/2/14 with stage 3 testicular cancer. With it being stage 3, that's the highest stage for testicular cancer. So it was in my bloodstream. It spread to my abdomen. I had it in my lymph nodes, behind every single organ, close to my spine. Had it in both lungs, and I still do. I have about a quarter size, $half size mass in my left lung. Did all my chemo and all my treatment down here at St. Francis. Had the opportunity to go back home and do it there, but St. Louis just didn't seem right to me because of the support system and everything I had down here with all my friends, my fraternity, and all them. Just if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have been able to get through it like I have, with a smile on my face and just, everything. The crazy thing is, when it comes to the support system, I had several people do charity events and special events to show their support for me and through it all. My fraternity and a bunch of friends, they did a page to help me with my financials. They ended up supporting and getting roughly $2,000 or more, which helped me tremendously with everything. The chemo that I had, I lost my hair, I had a big beard, I lost that as well. But the funny thing is, at the event, I didn't want Tony to lose his dreads, so he told me, since he's a huge runner, that instead of shaving his head, he was gonna run 2,000 miles, because that's what that webpage gave me, was $2,000. So he said he'd run 1 mile for every dollar. He's right now, what, a little over halfway, so a little over 1,000 miles he's ran for me, which is such an incredible feat within itself. But knowing that he's doing it for me is just an incredible feeling and just makes me speechless.
I see running for Shilly benefiting me as just showing me that anything can be done, because I've never ran 2,000 miles before. I don't know if anyone else has ran 2,000 miles before as a goal, but I've never done something that harder. I've run marathons, I've run mini races, but nothing is close coming to 2,000 miles.
And it's an incredible feeling to know that I had all these people doing all these things for me behind my back, because I had no idea, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, hey, here's an event, you know, this is going on for you, we're doing this for you, to show you how much we care. The whole 2,000 miles, that's just an incredible feat in itself, and knowing that he's doing it for me is an incredible feeling.
At Southeast Missouri State University, you're here for more than a degree. You're here to do whatever it takes. We don't just learn from textbooks. We learn from each other. That's why we tackle our challenges, fuel innovation, and never settle. We're giving you the tools to learn, to lead, to grow, to do.
Thanks for watching River Tales. Each month, we'll travel the region to meet fascinating people, highlight important events, and find new places to discover. Join us again for River Tales. River Tales is produced by the students of the TV and film program at Southeast Missouri State University.